Hey, 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 great day, everybody. Come on in the room. This is, of course, the girl, the Chap Diva, aka Miriam Sister Afua. We are here having a morning conversation. It's Freedom Friday. I want to talk a little bit about some things today, this whole idea of letting go and detachment. And I just want to, talk a little bit, and we're going to be talking about why do we put so much emphasis on what other people feel, think, expect from us? Why do we put so much emphasis? And as we get going, I'll go into depth on how this came about, not only for myself, but also I came across a couple of items. I'm a strong believer that nothing is coincidental. It is serendipity. So if I come across a message, if I come across a theme, if I'm hearing music, welcome to the room. Go ahead and let me know that you're here. Say, hey, hi, drop a letter, hit the screen, throw some hearts, whatever it takes for you to let me know that you are here so we can know that our connection is real and true, that our connection is real and true. So if you find yourself listening to my voice and you are drawn into this conversation today for Freedom Friday chat, this is perfect. So Chat Diva stands for conscious, honest, authentic talks from a divinely inspired voice of ascension. And I'm a metaphysician. I am a healer. I'm a spiritualist. I am gifted in multiple ways, right? An entrepreneur. And so these are the things that I'm sharing from my wealthy place, right? I'm sharing from my wealthy place. And today, the conversation that came to me to share today on Freedom Friday chat is simply, why are we so connected and so enamored with the idea of other people's approval or other people being attached to our joy, our happiness, our peace, our prosperity, our love, our expansion? Where did this come from? Where is that rooted from, right? So I was going through TikTok yesterday while my daughter was driving me around, which was always a funny, crazy time whenever I'm with my daughter number two. Okay, honey baby number two. She is a mess. So anyway, we're driving and she's doing her thing, and I went on to TikTok. And when I got to TikTok, this man was talking, right? And he says he was referring to the idea of us letting our mood be shifted when we come into a space with somebody. So if other people can predict our moods, we react to other people's expectations for our mood. So if something is happening and if you go into a place happy and then you walk into a space where everyone else is not happy, they expect you to stop being happy on their account or figure out how to make them happy. When really it's not about them, or it's not about them at all. It's about, you have made a choice. I've made a choice to be happy. So if I'm choosing to be happy, why do I have to change my choice to accommodate you and to conform to you? So these are the type of conversations that when you are striving to be in a level of ascended conversations, of mastery level conversations, you will be drawn to those pages. You'll be drawn to those conversations, those businesses, those opportunities that support it. And that's exactly how I believe. I believe that you are a unique individual being, and that when we come in contact with other people, we are sharing out who we are, and it's there for us to connect based upon the needs of each other. Not for me to become a shapeshifter and become something that I'm not. Because then I'm not being authentic. I'm not being true to who I am. I'm not living my best life. I'm not being a badass. Like y'all like to say these words, all these terms that are going around. When you walk into a space, you have to own all of you, even when it makes other people uncomfortable, including those you care about. I'm going to say that again. When you walk into a space, you walk in with all of you in assuredness that who you are representing is what you need to be at that particular time, and who you are destined and authorized by yourself and by divine ancestor realms to be, and astral realms too. So if I've chosen this morning to be happy, if I've chosen this morning to be loved, if I've chosen this morning to be prosperous, when I walk into a space where people are not that, I don't shift my mood. Or if something happens that seems to be counter to my prosperity, my love, my joy, my happiness, my peace, it is my choice of whether or not I decide to participate and react to that incident or experience. That's the part. Yeah, that's the part I'm talking about. That's the part I'm talking about. Do y'all get that now? Just because something happened doesn't mean that who you are and what's for you is gone. Not at all. Not even in a little bit should you even begin to think that way. Let's rest on that for a second. Because that's not what we usually do. So let's rest in that experience of that word. What is the vibrational frequency that you're finding yourself experiencing when it comes to recognizing that you allow people and situations, circumstances, and experiences to dictate your mood, your feelings, your beliefs, your knowings? That's why I tell people, when people say, well, how do I know that I'm evolving? I said, well, first you got to make a decision. And after you make that decision, you will begin to relax and you can see more opportunities, more options. And when you see more opportunities, more options, you begin to become that gatekeeper that says what's going to stay, what's going to go, what needs to transmute, how that it needs to raise up its frequency vibration. It's kind of like those bouncers or those people who let people in and out of clubs or exclusive clubs. And there's a cost that has to be paid. And that means you're going to have to separate from some people, places, ideas, beliefs, and thoughts. You're going to have to remove yourself from environments that no longer can serve you and pour into you and give you fuel and nourishment. You're going to have to change the way that you speak, the language that you allow. Paul Robeson, we must elevate ourselves from a language that no longer bears the weight of our reality. If your reality is shifting from being one of dogma, one of fear, one of codependency, one of ego, one of manipulation, doubt, worry, dis-ease, discomfort, anger, frustration, lust. If that's where you're functioning from, you have to make a decision that that's no longer my reality. Like I said in my first book, that's not my reality. That is not my reality. And the perceptions of others are not my reality. And that's how you should walk through your life, because once you make that decision and you begin to see the greater options and opportunities, you want to begin to be very specific. Keen in on exactly what it is you desire to be in your reality, because you're creating a new reality. And it's not about I believe. And, Bob Proctor always talks about it's not that when I get this thought and when I accept it that I truly believe it, but it's just that I begin to move into the state of knowing that I know this thought. So because I know, let me tell y'all something. See, he told y'all that you don't always believe it right away, but let me tell you what came to me. It says it's not that you don't believe it, but the fact what's going to fuel you and keep you going forward is that you've made the decision. And once you make the decision, you can say that I now know this new thought, and knowing this new thought makes me accountable because it's a new thought from divine, ancestral, and astral realms. So because I've been honored with this, I now am going to put this thought into a state of knowing, an active state of applying and synthesizing what you know. This is why, if you know that you have made the decision and you are aware of what are the greater options and possibilities and opportunities, and now you're going to decide, you're going to pick and choose what it is you want, and you're going to transmute, and you're going to set the bar. And you're going to say that anyone who is not registering at this particular level of conversation, this particular level of prosperity, this particularity of words out of their mouths, out of communications, touch, physical appearance, whatever you want in your reality, you have to decide. And your reality should never be depressing. Your new reality would never make you feel less. Your new reality is not going to take you back to the old reality. It's not. Welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. Let me know y'all still here. Because this right here is something that this little this place where we're at right here, close parentheses. You are not going to experience the hate, the worry, the doubt, the fear, the lack, the dis-ease, the discomfort, the ideal of not being worthy or enough. That's the old paradigm. That's the old reality. Once you make the decision and you begin to see the broader perspective, now you picking and choosing. You raise up a standard. When you see or feel that energy returning, when you see and feel those conversations coming, when you see and feel those environments cropping up in your new reality, you either got to transmute them or you got to spit them out. It is your responsibility. Sometimes I tell my clients, they call me and they're like, well, what do you think? Da, da, da. And I said, listen, I cannot tell you what to do in your particular reality, in your life. I can only tell you what I see, hear, feel. And then you have to make that decision. But here are the facts. Now, if you just want to blame me, go ahead and tell somebody that sister told you, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that you've made a decision to accept what you now know, that new thought, that new information. You now have that new information, that new thought, and you are now trusting it, and you know what you know, and you are now accountable, and you have made another decision, which turned into a behavior, which turned into an action, which is keeping you in your new reality. Some of y'all want to sit in the moment too long and wait for confirmation from every place else. The greatest confirmation is in your sacred soul script, because it's innate information awaiting manifestation. How is it going to manifest? It's going to manifest when you make the decision, when you broaden your view of what's possible and what's available, when you accept that which you truly desire and want to be in your reality. You get to pick and choose that. You get to say how long a person stays in your life. It's not, you don't need permission from them to say we're breaking up or I'm ending this. You don't need their permission. Honor that space. What are you thinking? What are you feeling in this present moment? Whoever and whatever came to your mind when I said it's time for us to release some things that are coming into our realities, into our lives, into our homes, into our cars, into our bodies, that are not at the frequency level, are not contributing, are not building, are not helping us maintain. It's time to let them go. Spin them out. If they're not going to transmute and take on a new reality within themselves to begin to comply with the expectations, and let me tell you why this does not mean, because I heard somebody say, oh, that seems so mean. Like, who am I to say? Yeah, it's freaking you. It's you. It's you. Thank you for being here. I'll read all the comments after a while. I apologize. I just need to get this all out. Okay? I need to get this all out. When are we going to start valuing the fact that, yes, we are the only ones that have the right to tell somebody to be in our space or not be in our space? You don't need permission. As man said earlier, if you've chosen to be happy and have good conflict and have clear communication and develop a lifestyle that contributes to optimum physical health and mental and emotional acuity and wellness, and to be able to keep building and leveraging your skills, your knowledge, your education, your talents, your career, and you've decided to have rewarding and reciprocating relationships on every level of your life, and then have activated spiritual awareness, and this individuals or these experiences or these events or these circumstances or your conditions are opposite of that, and you are spinning your vortex and you are setting the standard and they are refusing to honor it, there is nothing wrong with you spinning them out of your reality. There is nothing. But you know why it's not wrong? Because there is no such thing as right and wrong. That is a social construct that we've come. Oh, yes, it is, Marion, because if somebody do this, that's wrong. No, that means that they've chosen to be at a frequency and a vibration that is not the highest one. That person chose in that moment to behave, think, act, and receive what they did. And it was not your reality. So while you can choose and say, that's not my reality, I cannot tell you it was right or wrong, because for that person, it might have been right. For the people it impacted, it might have felt wrong, or vice versa. And I don't want to get into a philosophical debate about it, but we can at another time. Right? There is no right or wrong. Remember I said when you make the decision, you begin to see more opportunities, more options, more possibilities, more solutions. You have more choices. But if you have a narrow mind, if you're focusing from that old reality we talked about, the doubt, the fear, the worry, somebody taking something from you, you don't have enough time, nobody loves me, I always fail, blah, 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 blah. If you're functioning from there, when you make a decision, you're not making a decision seeing the possible options. You're making it from this narrow viewpoint. You're right here. All I see is what's in front of me. Okay, so I'm just going to grab somebody. That's why when someone is drowning in lifeguard training, which we need more people to learn how to swim and be lifeguards. Don't think that we don't need lifeguards anymore. Don't think that we don't need y'all anymore. We do. We need people that can swim to be able to come. And I mean, I guess I'm a spiritual lifeguard because I come out and I help people. But here's what I know from regular lifeguard training. The one thing I remember when they taught me this, when I was a younger person, they told me that when you see somebody first go down, see if they're going to come back up, because that's what the body is naturally buoyant. So the person's going to come back up. But wait until they go down the second time. Right? When they've calmed down is when you go in under and pull them out. If they start fighting you too much, release them again, come back and push them from underneath to make them so they won't drown. And then say it again, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Relax. Then you pull them to safety. I hope y'all caught that. Sometimes people in their mess will just reach up and grab you. And you think they're grabbing you by a real choice. They're grabbing you because you're the thing that's available, that they see is going to bring solution, that they see is going to affect their environment. So you have to know what you've chosen. You have to know what you have standard you have set for your reality and the expectations you have for yourself in your own reality. So if you're going to support or you're going to help somebody, or you're going to let someone into one of your entrances into your realm, into your dome, your reality, you got to make sure that once they come in, that they understand this is your domain, this is your dome, this is your reality. These are the expectations you have for yourself. So the expectation for others is that they acknowledge those expectations you have for yourself, those boundaries, those truths, those knowings. And if they're too much for them, then all right, then we let them exit. So they have a choice. They can mutate to begin to experience things in their own way, in their own frequency, with their own expectations that complement and do not disturb your reality. Or they can exit. And you don't need their permission. You ain't got to say, hey, I'm going to make you exit, or I'm going to release you, or you don't have to get into all that. Some of y'all spend too much time on people trying to convince them. Right? You spend too much time trying to convince people. You have spent too much time trying to convince people that what you want and who you are is okay by their standards. No. Is it okay by your standard? Your knowings, your expectations, your beliefs, your purposes, the assignment that you've been given. Hey, Tiffany. Some people I'm seeing. Justice for Aaliyah. Okay, baby. I accept my path. Welcome to the room. This is the level of conversations that if we have them enough and we remind ourselves enough, if our community is filled with conversations like this enough on a daily basis, then we will find ourselves limiting the number of times we are stuck in that going back, visiting and experiencing the old paradigm. That old reality. But some of us are so quick. We're so quick. Welcome to the room, Keisha. We are so quick to want to give ourselves. And that's what they mean when they say you give your power to other people. Right? Someone comes into your life, as I said, in that lifeguard experience, right? The person is drowning. Along come you. They reach up and they grab you. And you think they grabbing you because they see all of the greatness, all of the oneness that you have. No, they see you as the opportunity that's going to pull them out of that. That's going to save them. That's going to create. That's going to give them something more than what they're experiencing at that time. But again, once you pull them out and you let them dry off and you see them, then you do an assessment. Are they breathing? Are they moving? Okay, I'm going to do a little CPR. I'm going to call the emergencies. We're going to do CPR. But you hear what I said? They say call the emergency people before you do CPR. Why? Because you're going to need some backup. You need to assess some things. You need somebody else to come and put a second set of eyes or give a different understanding. That may be your spiritual person that you deal with. That may be you going into your spiritual gifts. That may mean you going to your confidant. and having somebody else assess whether or not these people, these persons, these experiences, these events, these conditions and circumstances are truly something that should be there. Hey, Asia. No one else. You don't give anyone else permission to tell you what you want to feel, what you want to create, what you want to have, what you want to experience. No. Oh, I can't be happy because you're not. That's not my reality. I'm teaching y'all my language. That's not my reality. Oh, I can't pursue a vision that was given to me because it makes you feel like you're less. That's not my reality. Oh, I can't voice my opinion because my opinion is opposite of yours and maybe shows that some of the things that you presented to me are not actually my reality. That's not my reality. No one has the right to dictate how you feel, how you think, how you trust, how you know. The thoughts that come into your mind come to you from the divine, astral, and ancestral realm for the purpose of you completing your original assignment. The one that began way before you got into your mother's womb, way before you met your parents, way before you met your spiritual guru. It was already in action. Now you're coming into a consciousness that allows you to fulfill it. I'm just saying. Hey, Silver. I'm just saying. So what are we going to do now? What are we going to have now? How are we going to experience truth now? Now that you know that you should not be allowing other people to dictate your emotions, your progress. Because I told you, I'm not for takers. If you're a person that's coming in because you know who I am and and you just want to come and take this environment for the chats that I do on TikTok are simply that. They're conscious, honest, authentic talks by a divinely inspired voice of ascension. That's it. We're talking, we're elevating, we're raising up the frequency. We don't have time to do the things that we can do on a regular basis. Some of us I caught myself one day. I was like, dang, let me see how much I can do. I ended up spending like an hour just scrolling through, watching all the people that doing all these sharing their spiritual gifts. Some of them got gifts. Some of them got learned knowledge. They're applying knowledge. Some people are mimicking. Just going to tell you like a T.I. it is. Welcome, Yvette. See, that's my whole point. If you want to know that, click the link in my bio and schedule a reading. I do $10 for y'all people on TikTok. Gabby, you need to go to my link tree. It's in my bio, and you need to book and find out. Go to my link tree in my bio. I don't share my spiritual gifts here on TikTok. That I do not do. Sometimes it comes out. It does. Sometimes it comes out because there are things that I have to say that have to come from that realm. But this is not the place. You need to go to my Linktree bio and book your time. Or join me on my other platforms. I'm so glad you love being here too. I really appreciate you. Absolutely, positively, so it is. Thank you for the shares. Do me a favor, y'all. Let's get some energy in the space. Go ahead and tap your screen. No, it doesn't. It says Freedom Fridays. And if it did say that, guess what? It's my gift. It's my body. I'm the vessel. I pick and choose when and how I allow it to be used. I protect myself. I'm an elevated being. Afrocentric sweetness. What's up? All right, baby. It says Freedom Friday. See, because you're looking for free, you're going to keep searching. You're going to keep searching, and people going to give you, I'm saying to you, is that Ventrin, whatever, right? Gabby. When you look for free, you get free. And that's how you stay in confusion. That's why people are doing all these generals. And even when they do a specific reading, sometimes it's not very specific because they're carrying the energy of everything else. And that's why I said, if you want to talk to me and you want to utilize, hey lady, if you want to utilize my spiritual gifts, you need to go to the link in my bio Because let me tell you what was given to me last year. It said you cannot keep giving out your gift for free and your talents for free. There has to become a vibrational exchange of energy. Even if that person go get you a bottle of water, they get you a bottle of water in exchange for you sharing. No more free. Because what I'm telling the universe is what I said earlier in this talk is no one can ever compensate you for the value and the true worth. But what they can do is make a comparable exchange of energy and intention to show you that they recognize there is a value there. Right? I have a pastor friend that comes on TikTok. I love you, baby. I'm glad, but that's what I do with people in my community. I don't want you to be codependent on me. I want to be interdependent with you. I want you to get so good, and I want you to become so much in control of your reality and creating your reality and being able to make decisions that before you contact me, you've already gone into your sacred soul script. You've already gone into your sacred soul script so that when you come to me, you say, sister, this is what I heard. This is what I saw. Can you support me? And I go, listen, and I give you what you need to make you go on to the next level or the next part of your journey. That's what it is. That's who I be. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. We are interdependent. We are interdependent. We're rising. We are ascending together. I may be slightly above on the journey, but you right on my heels. And I see you. That's why you're in here in this vibrational frequency of my voice. And I make my things available at a way that people can access me. I said everybody has access. Not everyone. I will not be available to everyone, but I will give you access because that's who I am. I have to be that. But I can also limit your access. Right? Potential energy means nothing if there's nothing there intrinsically or extrinsically, meaning internally or externally that starts that gives you that little initial push or pull. But nobody should have to drag you ever in your life because it's your reality, your life. So we back to our freedom conversation. Like I said, how are you going to maintain and create your freedom? How are you going to expand your reality? How are you going to increase the levels of productivity and prosperity and harmony within your own individual life if your choices are contingent upon how somebody else is going to feel or accept or receive it? And let me tell y'all that are parents, I just heard it, people that are married and have children, they are not to disrupt your original assignment. They are not to disrupt the creation of your own reality. You are not to use them as an excuse on why you are not stepping up and standing out. I'm just saying. Welcome to the room. At some point, we have to go back. And as I said, recognize the decision that you have made. Oh, this is my husband, it's my children. Maybe it's time for them to exit. Maybe it's time for them to exit. You can love them without them being in your immediate space. You can appreciate them without them being in your immediate space. Remember, I said that when you come, you are whole and complete. So if you've made a decision like today, I made a decision. I'm going to wear my orange, that I'm going to wear, like, this is what I felt. I would do my hair this way. Listen, I put on 2 pair of earrings because when I said, oh, I want both of these. They said, put both of them on. I said, okay, so I got enough holes. I can wear as many pair of earrings as I want to. So why not? Because there's a reason why I'm asked to be connected to this. But if the frequency is not that's in my reality, I don't want to be bothered with it. And you shouldn't want to be bothered with that. Set the standard and stand on it. Stand on the choice that you made to have a better quality of life. More interactions that are that are allowing you to expand upon what you desire, what you want. Holding on to people, places, ideas, and beliefs that are no longer serving you only bring you more dis-ease and discomfort. And that means you've gone backwards. It doesn't mean you won't ever have a sad moment. It doesn't mean you won't ever feel something or reminisce. It doesn't mean that at all. What I'm saying to you is that shouldn't be a constant in your life. If every time you talk to your so-called soul tribe or your sisters or your homies or the brothers, and you find yourself feeling drained, and they're talking all this spiritual stuff, but you're not feeling like you're walking away, like as if you've had like a refresh, like what Kenny was, it's so crazy how I see stuff. They showed me like a tune-up. You know, when you have a vehicle, and you did a tune-up on your car, or you get an engine flush, your car drives different. The sparkles are there. Or when you clean off, you know, if those of us that wear glasses, when we clean off our glasses, we can see more clearer. Thank you for the share. All right. So why not take that same energy to ensure, as the man said on the video before I started the live, which just confirmed exactly what I was going to talk about today. Why do I have to change my mood? Why do I have to change what's working for me? Why do I have to stop advancing my life because it makes you uncomfortable, or because you've chosen to not do those things, or to do them less frequently than I do? Why do I have to adjust? Why? No, you're the thermostat. In our business community, we say we are the thermostat. In the mindset community, we say we are the thermostat. Why? Why don't we say that? We say it because you set the tone for what's going to come to you. That's why I said make the decision. Once you make the decision, you're going to see you'll see more. But when you're just focused, they want me. I'm a mother. I'm a husband. I'm a wife. I'm a brother. I'm a child. I'm an ex-con. I got 19 baby daddies. I got 21 baby mamas. I used to do dope. I used to do this. I was a prostitute. I was a pimp. I was a like, who cares? You say you used to be, so why are you still carrying that label? Why are you still wearing that frequency? Why are you still allowing people to remind you of something that is not your true reality? In this present moment, that was then, this is now. In this present moment, what are you designing? What are you allowing? What are you choosing? I'm just saying. This is a conscious conversation. Conscious means it's in your awareness. Y'all should go back and hear my story about on my YouTube when the talk that I did, and I talked about the butt naked truth. If you don't have integrity, you can't be honest. And integrity starts with you. That's why I tell a lot of people sometimes, if you a liar, you're going to attract liars. If you a shapeshifter, you're going to attract shapeshifters. If you a nonchalant person about everything and you don't really care about nobody else's stuff, you just trying to you're going to get somebody to do you the same way. Whether it's on your job, in your relationship, in your community. You have to make sure that you are good, because you cannot change another person. You can only adjust yourself. And then that person, in seeing your adjustment in your standards, then they will adjust. Be true to who you are. If you don't know who you are, let's start the journey. I can support you with that if you want. There are thousands of people that can support you in framing your true reality and identifying exactly who you are, so you can begin to implement the life that is designed by you, for you, and in agreement with what you agreed to do when you first was placed into your mama's womb. We got to stop all this codependency stuff. We got to deplete ourselves from, disconnect ourselves from this idea that we are so connected to other beings that we cannot work independently unless we are rebelling. And that your choices have to always be fluid because people are not going to accept it and you're going to be alone. That's a lie. You're going to have people around you that also make decisions that make them be alone, quote unquote, and then y'all won't be alone because y'all will be vibrating the same place. Y'all be exploring the same opportunities. You'll be creating and building, and y'all draw each other to each other, and y'all community going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing. That's why I tell you, don't get swayed by people's numbers or the number of times somebody pats you on your back or the number of times that somebody gives you a high five. Don't get dependent upon that. Get dependent upon what you feel, how it contributes to you being who you really are, what makes you feel confident and strong. There's a moment, we've all had it. There are moments when we just be like, ooh, I'm walking up in this. Like, I killed that. I know what I'm talking about. I know I feel good today. Yes or yes? And then there are moments when you say, well, wait a minute. Is they going to like that? I mean, did they feel me on that? When you get into that, you become that. Nah, that's not your reality. It's not at all your reality. They cleaning in here, y'all. Hang on. All right. So what we going to do? How are we going to experience life? How are we going to expand upon and reclaim all of what we are? It starts by you continuing to be around conversations that remind you of that. So that every moment or every day or 3 or 4 times a day, you are reminded that you've made a decision and that you're looking for the right opportunities, experience, events, people, places, and beliefs to turn into knowings. And that you're very clear. You're very clear. And even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it makes you, that little bit of a tugging gets going, you go, oh, can I really do it? Can I really leave them alone? Can I really stop doing that thing? Can I really stop speaking that way? When you get that feeling, you can still push forward because you remember you made your decision. And in making that decision, you continue to the next level and the next one and the next one. And you go a little further and a little further. And then you find yourself in a place where you're like, wow, this is my reality. I am beautiful. I am whole. I am free. I am loyal. I am love. I am truth. I am integrity. I am prosperity. I am wealth. I am resilient. I am purposeful. I am purpose. I am wholeness. I am wellness. I am mentally sound. I'm emotionally in tune. I am spiritually aligned and aware and activated. These are the type of conversations you should be having with yourself on a regular basis, because other people, when they see you, I remember one time I was with somebody and they said, oh, you think too highly of yourself. And I said, what? And at that moment they said that, I giggled. And they said, oh, you think it's a joke. I'm just telling you. Nobody's probably told you that. That's probably why I said, that's why I'm what? I said, I apologize. I think you may have the wrong frequency. And what that showed me was that I saw that person was uncomfortable with me being me. So why would I keep that person in my place? So instead I said, oh, okay, if that's uncomfortable, I understand if you don't want to be here. It's okay. And they said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Right? So then you let them exit. And if they can elevate themselves to your standards of your freedom, of your reality, then they'll be able to enter back in again. But if they don't waste your time on, oh my God, goodness. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, but it's just like I love them so much, and they're my family, and they're my friends, and I need this job, and what the heck? Y'all been there before? I have. And that's why I'm telling you, detach from the idea that other people have the right to change your mood, make you second guess your choices and your decisions, and are able to dictate how you should feel and or react. And you shouldn't be reacting anyway. You should be responding. Because responding means that you have checked your soul script and your reality to see if that's something that you need in your reality or that needs to be adjusted. Some of y'all feel like, oh, this feels so selfish to me. It should, because selfishness means you're thinking about your original assignment and how you can be the best contributor to this world and those you care about. That's your word, selfish. Not mine. Oh, I like talking to y'all. What y'all thinking? What y'all feeling? What y'all thinking and what y'all feeling? This conversation is one that it picks at you, it pricks at you as if it's like a little needle, right? But it's not going to break you, and it's not going to puncture you. It's just going to give you a little bit of a reminder that we're still on this journey, that we're still developing, and we're still expanding, and we're still transmuting what we know, the thoughts that we know, that we yet to believe, that we know is ours and that we've been honored with. It's allowing us the opportunity to get it into action. Thank you. We have to begin to step more and maintain ourselves. We cannot be on and off. When I was in, I think it was like 5th or 6th grade, we used to have this music festival, and they would have the children choir, create this massive children's choir within our school district. And there's one song, and it said, love isn't something you store on the shelf. You can't bury it. You can't hide it. Right? Love is not like a faucet that you can turn off and on. Right? I remember those lyrics from way back then. And in my adulthood, I really understood it. But I'm going to say you can replace the word love with your wisdom, with your truth, with your healing, with your wholeness, with your money, with your prosperity, with your spiritual gifts, with your talents, your abilities. You can replace it with your spirituality. It's not something to be put on a shelf. You can't hide it, bury it. And you can't just keep it all for yourself. You have to share it. But you want to learn to share it in the right environments with the right people in the right experiences. Everyone cannot get access to you. Availability to you. Some people just need to see it, experience it, and then you move on. Freedom Day chat today with the Chat Diva. Those of you that came in late that want to catch the beginning, please go over to my YouTube channel called Chat Time. It's also in my bio. If you click on the bio on any of my social media platforms, it will take you to the link. There you can also find out what else is available. Men, our retreat is September 15th through the 17th here in Arizona. We still have room for 4 more. We have room for 4 more men in our retreat. It's a powerful thing. Y'all can go see that video too about me talking about that experience. Right? They're putting together some things. We're going to start putting together some videos. People can start seeing the images and the activities. But no, I'm not going to let you see everything, because I do have people out here that's trying to mimic. You can do it, but I'm not going to tell you my formula. You can see the results. You can see a little bit of the process. That's what some of y'all do too. Y'all start doing things and it's going well. You want to tell everybody everything. Then when they start destroying what you're doing, then you wondering why. It's because you gave them access. Too much access. Okay? So be mindful. Be mindful. Be mindful of the truths. Be mindful of the dispositions that you're placing yourself in. I'm just saying. If you're in the Bay Area, I got a women's retreat we're trying to put together for October. If it doesn't come out that people are going to be able to make it work where I need it to work, then it will happen in January. But for sure, we have a January retreat and we have a July retreat. My retreats are held in Arizona. Yeah. But that's all I want to say, about that. Learn you, hold on to you, honor you, respect you, love you, create boundaries for you. Accept that what your choice is for the day and for the moment. And you have the right to choose it as often as you want to. You can come in happy and choose. Listen, somebody said to me, how could you be so happy, snap out, and then go right back to being happy? I said, because it's a temporary moment. It's just a temporary moment. It is just a temporary moment. It's not my full reality. I'm not going to be stuck and weighed down because of something somebody did or didn't do. I'm going to say, hey, that's not my reality. Please do not do that again. Or you're going to be removed. That's it. And I'll have to go back and say, hey, I'm about to remove you. Okay, you're going to be removed. Okay. No, that means you plan. That means you're not believing in your boundary. You're not believing in maintaining the borders of your true reality. You're not being authentic. 4 agreements. Boom, just hit me. The 4 agreements. It says have integrity. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. When you say a thing, say it knowing that's what you want to say or what you want to do. Number 2, don't take it personal. People do and say what it is they want to do and say, regardless of who you are. It's not about you. It's about what their needs are. So if you know that when you're interacting with people, you don't get upset when they do something that benefits them that doesn't feel like it's benefiting you. That's where the art of negotiation and coming into agreement about how your relation. Remember I said rewarding and this shit, right? Let me stop. Let me pause. Listen. When you meet someone, initially there's something that connects. That could be in your job. It could be in the Walmart. It could be a love relationship, whatever. When you and 2 people meet, each person has, once they connect and the field is met, they each are going to assess, ooh, this person is something. Ooh, this person is something. Now, it's your role and your purpose of that meeting is to determine why you are connecting at that moment. It could be that you was in your own self and then you had to hear somebody say, hey, how are you? For you to pull out of that space and say, I'm fine, and recognize this person. But as it continues, what you're going to find is that you both are going to determine what it is, the purpose is of you being together. You both want something. You're going to do the things that have to be done to get what you believe you're supposed to get from this connection. It is your responsibility to make sure that it doesn't take you out of your element, that it doesn't destroy your true. That's why I say you're already whole. You're already complete. You already have your reality. So when this person comes, they have that same thing. So now you all are negotiating. You are negotiating. You are getting into agreement. Not somebody coming in saying, this is my rule. This is what we're going to do. No, it is, hey, I like to drink coffee in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. And you say, well, I usually don't get out of bed until 7:30. Okay, well, maybe I'll quietly get out of bed maybe I'll stay in bed till 6 and then I'll go get some coffee. I expect this, I expect that, or right, but you got to hold yourself accountable. If you tell this person you don't get out the bed till 7, don't be jumping up when they jump up at 6. If you tell this person that you are you like to maintain your own level of car maintenance, don't when it's time for your car maintenance, don't call that person. If you know you don't like being around a lot of people and this other person does, then don't get upset because they're around other people. Just set the boundary that you understand that's what they're going to do. And you need to trust yourself enough that you've chosen the right person. This is for somebody in the room. You've chosen the right person that they can be in those environments and it won't come back and cause a problem for your reality or for your agreement that y'all have together. That's why I'm saying it like this. Y'all can get out. People, oh, they love you. Like I said last week, if you break up with a person, and what you need somebody to tell you they love you and they miss you. Of course they would. That's normal when things separate from each other. People separate. A person's going to always reflect back on the relationship. A person's always going to say they're always going to miss you. They're always going to question if they should come back or if they made a mistake. That's usual. So what's next? Now, what's the purpose of this separation? Is it to take you apart for good, or is it to bring you back together as better people? Remember, I talked about that in your reality. Y'all both got realities. In your reality, in your freedom, what are you doing? Does that person have to exit? Are they allowed to come back in? Then they will. So live your life. If the job is gone, what's the next thing? You're back to the decision level. Look at all the options. Look at all the options. Look at all the possibilities. Look at all the choices you can make and choose again and start over. Don't, I lost my job. They fired me, or I had to quit my job and all that. For what? That's a waste of time, energy, and space. I'm just saying. Time is only relevant to the person that is experiencing it at that time. You have an experience of this time we spent together, and I have an experience with the time we spent together. And how we tell that story is going to be totally different. But we did spend this time together. That much is true. Yes or yes? Are we good? Right? Are we good? Welcome to the room, Romy. It's been a minute. When you make a choice on how you're going to feel, what you're going to accept, what you desire, what you're going to create, what you need to maintain, and what you need to maintain, you don't let anybody tell you you're doing too much or not enough or question you. They can ask the question, but you can say, I choose not to respond. You know, T. Harv Eckert, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I'll think about that. I'll consider that. Right? You don't want to think about it. You want to say, I'll consider it. See how I caught myself in that language? Because if I think about it, that means I'm allowing that person's thoughts to come into my mind. And when people are hating on you, what they're doing, the word hate, I got an acronym for it, and it says, when people hate, they are honoring another's thought reality or thought energy, right? So when they say, oh, I hate when you do that, they're acknowledging that person's thought energy. I hate when you sing all the time. So they're recognizing that when I sing, something happens to them when they hear my voice. Oh, I hate when you tell me no. They're recognizing that me being in control of my choice and not being afraid to support the boundaries and the standards and of my true reality is real. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Step back away from all this. I'm telling you, because people will control. Because even when they are not conscious, when they are not aware, they still have the ability to manipulate, dictate, transmute, cipher, and siphon. Welcome to the room, and thank you for the follow. I'm doing good, Romy. I'm doing good. We just chatting it up today in this Freedom Friday chat. Yes, yes, yes. Man, you know, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Thank you, Lady Magi. That's what it's about. It's about tapping back into you, your soul sacred script, man. And making a decision that what you see in there is going to create your reality. See, once we get rid of all that junk that's down there tripping us up, that comes up when we try to move, and we'll be so much better. I just went through a life transition, right? And trust me, I was in the fetal position a couple of times. And then I had to remember, like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm supposed to evolve and grow. I'm supposed to understand that I'm not invincible, that I'm still going to have challenges, and that people are going to, you know, try to encroach upon my borders of my reality. And people are going to enter, as I said earlier, they're going to enter into my reality, into your reality, into our reality, and they're going to try to disrupt the harmonic existence. And when they do come in, we're going to have to get tough, and we're going to have to say, you got to go. You either got to adjust to how we do things, or you got to go. And if they got to go, and they don't want to go, we got to put the team together to get them out. And then let the rest of us heal, restore. Don't worry. It'll probably be my next book that I tell y'all about it. My next book, or my next one-woman show. Absolutely, positively, so it is. And I laughed after I said it, because I'm like, this morning I heard, when I was in my quiet time, I heard Spirit say to me, all right now, keep on speaking. You know you're going to have to fulfill it. So when I said the one-woman show, I know, because somebody brought up Phyllis Hyman. And I do a one-woman show about Phyllis Hyman and her music. If you don't know who Phyllis Hyman is, look her up. Beautiful soul, beautiful mind, artist, businesswoman. Yeah. So she's really good. She's a really awesome contributor to this world. Her life ended back in 1995. You know, a lot of people didn't understand what was happening with her, and I really believe she had a disorder called Graves' disease, and it was just unwarranted. It messes your thyroid. We know what it is now, but I think she was just misdiagnosed when you look back at the pattern of things that happened in her life. But the people around her weren't prepared, because they were so used to taking. They were so used to taking and her giving. They were so used to her being silent and them talking. Peace and blessings be upon her. Don't let that be you. Okay? Mom of 4 girls. Ooh, girl. All that hair. All that joy around you. How many girls I got? 3 biological and 5 in total. Actually, more than that. Probably got about 9 in total. I keep forgetting about the adult ones, right? Absolutely. Yoni Steams, welcome to the room. I just did mine, and I just sent out my packages to the people who ordered my Yoni Steams. Welcome to the room. Yoni Steams are important for women. I'm trying to figure out something for the men. I'm not sure. I do baths for the men, and rubs and salves for the men. But I got to figure out how to do something that's like a yoni steam for the men, right? Especially with so many men having these prostate issues. That's really something that's been on my mind. I really feel like I'm going to get I'm getting some information about the prostate for men and how to support them with that. Yep. Absolutely, positively. Welcome, Sandra. So that's our conversation today, y'all. That's our conversation today. Your Freedom Friday chat. Conscious, authentic, honest chats and talks from a divinely inspired vision of ascension. Don't let other people dictate or request of you to change your mood, your impression, your focus, your truth, your contribution, your knowing. No, you don't let people do that. No, ma'am, no, sir. No, it's not your reality. I keep telling you, it's not your reality. So I invite you to come back and spend more time with me. I'll be here every day, except for on Sundays. I don't come because I got a full day on Sundays. I got a workshop that I do, a class I do every Sunday. And I got people I got to get ready for the week, including myself. So take some time out today to go back inside. Take some time today to look at yourself and give yourself some compliments. Take some time today to go and let somebody see that beautiful smile. I don't care if somebody told you got ugly teeth or dirty teeth, you still smile. When someone tells you that you don't look the way you used to look, say that's okay. That's called evolvement. When somebody begins to complain about you spending your money on you and building some things and creating your business and making a contribution, you tell them to go away. Just watch me, right? That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. I want you to continue to honor you. All of you. I want you to begin to remember that you are the gatekeeper for your reality. Everybody else is just trying to sell you on products that you should put in your reality. How about that? Consider people that come and tell you how you should be. Consider them like the commercials we watch or infomercials that we watch. I know when I'm in the hotels and stuff, I always put on a little sound sometimes. And I know infomercials come on. Sometimes on the airplanes, I watch stuff. I'm like, okay. So I'm telling you the same thing. Let those decide if you really need that product or not. Decide. And then create your own reality for your freedom. You decide. You decide who comes in. You decide who stays. You decide how long they stay. You decide what type of language is spoken there. You decide. You decide what customs are going to be there. You decide. And when people come, you tell them, and then they follow it. I'm telling you, think about it. You go in a courthouse, you can't dictate how you're going to be. When you go into a hospital, you can't dictate how you're going to be. There's protocols, procedures for every environment. Why not you? So be free to do you. I'll see y'all next time around. I am the Chat Diva, a.k.a. Marian Sister Afua, and I'll see you soon. If you want to connect, don't forget to follow. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days to get back to follow everybody, but I always go to your page, and then I follow, as long as it don't look too crazy out there on your page. And then I will follow you back. There's a link in my bio that you can go, and it will connect you to my YouTube page. It will connect you to some opportunities in which you can spend some private time with me. If you want me to be a coach or a mentor to you, or you want to sign up for the retreat, you need to pick the 20-minute session, and then we'll talk about that. Otherwise, the paid services are listed. I'll see you again soon. Continue peace and blessings, and keep rising into your own reality.